Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. All I get are texts for bills. Bills. Everybody wants to make a lot of money. Well, guess what? When you make a lot of money, you spend a lot of money. But yeah, we're back. It's another day. It's just the thing I love about life is you just never know, at least my life, what's going to happen from one day to the next. Last podcast, I was the council member elect, the new council member for District 6. Today, I'm now the vice mayor in Stockton.
Congrats.
Oh, if you're in Stockton watching this, I'm like, we saw something else coming. Always a surprise. Shout out to Mayor Fugazi for appointing me vice mayor. It has to get approved as a condition of the process. So, I'm expecting that people will support that. We'll see. It is Stockton. But it feels good to be able to go back and run your city and as a city that made you. And everybody, if you haven't read my book, God Must Have Forgotten About Me. Here's the title. Here's the cover of the book. Right here, God Must Have Forgotten About Me. Go and get it on Amazon. It is definitely one of those close to 5-star rated books. It's a great book. I love the book. Wrote the book years ago. I'm now into my second book, and I've made it a personal goal, and I don't know, it's another tab, to do one book a year.
That's your resolution?
It's not a resolution. I don't believe in those. It's just a plan. It's part of my plan. I want to do one book a year.
It's aggressive.
Well, but one could be a kid's
order.
book, one could be a self-help book, one can be an affirmational book. It doesn't have to be a memoir or something like that.
Yeah.
This next book is going to be the books of books. It's going to be a continuation of the first book, but get a lot deeper into a lot of the things that have gone on since you've known me here on the internet. I was looking through some old text messages of celebrities I've had to threaten or that have threatened me, or like moments where people have blocked opportunity or lies, or people who just, I was just looking through all these texts. I was like, wow, like I've been through a lot of things, and I'm going to memorialize them in my book. And so then we'll get to relive them all because people will read about them and then they will want to react to it.
So wait, when you thought of the title for your book, do you think of that before you start writing it or after?
When I thought about the title of the book, I thought about what it took to get where I am today, and that then became the title. So like when I wrote my first book, the title of the book, my first book, God Must Have Forgotten About Me, the title was going to be Waiting to Die. Because I think like when you're going through turmoil, you're just like waiting for it to be over. And I think when you're like feeling despair, it's like the only solution when you're going through it like that is death, especially when everybody around you is dying. But then I thought, well, no, I mean, I also think how many times we say, man, come on, God, like, give me a break. You pursuing acting. I'm sure there's been times where you've been like, come on, God, everybody does that and then feels that your faith does get questioned at times. My faith has been tested several times. But when I think about what's allowed me to keep going, it's the faith that things will get better, and they eventually do. How many times have you gone through something where you like, damn, I spent all that energy stressed out. I still do it too, by the way. Like certain levels of it, right? But like you'll be so stressed out that you're like, oh my God. And then when you get through, you'll be mad at yourself for having gone through all that. Put yourself through all that. So God Must Have Forgotten About Me was just a testament to my faith. This book, when I think about all the hard days where we've talked to brands, days where we've been lied to, days when artists like the Babies supposed to show up and then cancel and don't call you. Those things, when things like that happen, you get frustrated with the process, but the next day somebody else is gonna pop up. So it's one of those things where that coupled with the type of courage it takes to really be successful in the industry, because you really do have to be able to go through the shit with people, on a daily basis. And so this next book, when I do come out, I'm going to come out swinging. And, this time, hopefully, we had COVID happen when I did my last book. So that really made it complicated to move around and promote the book, although I did promote it. All right. That said, let's just get straight to it. It's the Tea with Jason Lee. I have no clue why we are talking about this, because it's the one thing that I don't have. I have everything I want. I have beautiful dogs. I have beautiful homes. I have an amazing career. I have a great team, friends. I'm the vice mayor. I've been able to get everything I want. Lost weight, got in therapy, stopped drinking. Anything I put my mind to, I can do it. Well, there's one thing that I haven't been able to do, and it's find love. There's nothing worse than having it all, but still not having it. at all.
Mm.
I recently went to my Facebook and I posted a video, which I'll get to in a minute. But first, let me just get right into it. The question is, does love at first sight, is that even a thing? Is it a real thing? And can it lead to a lasting marriage? Now, people who've experienced love at first sight say it's real. It's really real. And studies confirm that 2 out of 3 Americans have indeed felt it. Surprisingly, more men say they believe in love at first sight versus women, despite women tending to be the prime consumers of romance novels and rom-coms and even the flowers and all the little mushy shit on Valentine's Day. A lot of research has gone into focusing on how eye contact plays a major role in love at first sight. One study surveyed 60 people who'd never met before and learned that prolonged eye contact between 2 people, or in our community, 2 or more, increased the romantic attraction they felt for each other. Now, after raising their blood pressures while basically having eye sex, you know we ain't talking about black people. The 2 people only wanted to see each other again and get to know each other better. And if the participants were allowed mutual touch, like holding hands, the effects were even stronger. So the question that we want to ask you, the public watching, is do you believe in love at first sight? Now, before you answer in the comments, because I already know you keyboard people are right there. I have met somebody that caught my attention, but I didn't fall in love with right away. But I'm also gay, and we do fall in love, move in, and try to build a whole lasting relationship in 30 days. That is typically what happens, and that's why a lot of our relationships don't last. A friend of mine said that his parents met, 2 weeks later got married. They've been together 40 years. This, of course, was pre-social media, pre all of what we know in the world today. But they had decided that in life, you're going to go through it with somebody. You have to decide who you want to go through life with. And that was like kind of how they approached it, and it's been able to work for them. I don't know that I believe in first sight, because when I see you, I see what you look like. When you see me, let me see, where's it at?
You know what?
I mean, like,
facts,
oh
though.
my
like,
God.
let's keep it 100.
Listen.
Last night, I went with a friend to the Grove wearing sweats, an election t-shirt, flip-flops, a Yeezy coat, a hat. And I was walking around looking like I just climbed out of a garbage bag. And everybody was talking to me and asking for pictures and congratulating me on running for city council, all that. And that's great. But these people see me and they know who I am, regardless of what I look like, hair not combed under the hat. They don't care about that. For me, I'm very much looking at you on the outside going, or yes. And that to me is the reason why I would say I can't believe anymore at love at first sight. I think that when you meet with somebody, spend time with them, you know fairly quickly, is this a person I can spend time with or not? So you know that. And then as you spend more time and learning more, you can be like, yo, there's a lot of qualities this person has that I love or that I could be with. But even then, how many of you are sitting at home right now with a guy that you know is sleeping with Keisha around the corner from his job? Do you really even know an individual? I mean, you're in a relationship with somebody that your dad doesn't even know, that he doesn't even know your dad. So like your dad doesn't even know his daughter. Like, come on now, right?
Correct.
Just
I'm
saying.
Hannah Montana for real. Band-Aid.
So I don't believe in love at first sight. I think it's a thing that people want to believe in. I think there's a lot of us hopeless romantics. Some of you lonely gays out there that don't have anybody. And so you either have a roommate so that way you have somebody to talk to over your TV dinner, or that you find on Grindr or at the club to bring home on a Friday night. We've all been there. No judgment. I'm just saying that I think that love at first sight is just not a realistic thing in today's Jeffrey Dahmer times. Am I wrong?
No, I
could
think
be.
I agree with you. I don't think it's love at first sight. I think it's lust at first sight.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's lust, and then it can develop into love if you start to bond. And I do think like the eye contact and the holding hands will help build that affection. But I think essentially at the beginning it's just lusting after a person who you're attracted to physically.
What is eye sex? Is that
Like
a thing?
when
fucking
you
each other
like
with your
up
eyes,
and
yeah.
down, like
Don't stare at me that long. Wait, really? Do people do that?
Yeah.
What is eye sex?
like when you undress.
I'm not gonna
somebody
have
with
eye
your
sex
Look
with
at
you.
Marina. Show
I don't
Marina.
have eye sex with
Well,
Marina.
clearly
she's in a relationship.
Well, she's also a woman.
What's good,
No,
Rob?
but just like show me, what is eye sex?
You want to have eye sex? Well, this is an HR concern at this point.
Well, you're HR.
Undress me with your eyes.
Is that a thing, really? Okay, well, I've seen you have eye sex at the club after a
The
few
gym,
Wildberry
the
martinis.
No,
Okay.
I sex in the lobby. Here.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob
Well,
has
no, you
crushes.
definitely are an eye starer.
I am.
Okay,
I
so is that a thing where people feel like when they lock eyes, they're exchanging the love or desire they have for one another?
Yeah.
But love is not lust. Like that's lust at first sight.
Yeah, I think it's like opening the door to say, hey, I'm attracted to you. I wonder if you're attracted to me too. You can do it. You can say a lot without saying words. Like you can have a whole conversation with just looking at someone.
Okay, let me just say this: I am today, at least today, right now, looking for love. Just today. I don't know tomorrow. Okay. You can, if you believe you're the right person, that I would open an email and fall in love with you right at first sight. Email datejason@hollywoodunlocked.com. We're going to create that email. Okay. datejason@hollywoodunlocked.com. Now, if you send nudes, automatically disqualified. Don't even go there. Send a headshot. Please make sure it's professional on an iPhone 16. If you have an iPhone 15 or below, you're disqualified.
And smile with your teeth, because sometimes they hide their teeth.
Every row.
Correct.
No, but seriously, date jason@hollywoodunlocked.com, because there are people out there that I think I'm not even accessible or approachable. You can approach me. It's just when you do, like, is your hygiene intact? And again, you know, there will be no shopping sprees right away.
Would you want to film that?
Huh?
Would you want to film that?
No.
Oh,
No, that was already a thing that got filmed.
For me?
because that would be so
We didn't
funny.
film that.
For the love of Jason, you don't remember that whole?
We did not film
That was not filmed.
That was Bigo.
Yeah.
So
You
I
know
did. So I
what?
did an online dating game.
Yeah.
On Bigo, but for me it was like a joke. But like I met guys who really fell in love with me, and they were crying and fighting, and it was. Do you remember that?
Yes.
No,
Fighting?
like fighting online,
Online fighting.
like crying, pouring their heart out to me. And the crazy part was on one episode, I happened to be in Aruba and found me an Aruba boo. And went live, and the Aruba boo was in the vid, and it was like, oh, it was a disaster. Do you remember? It
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember.
chaos.
Wow, why don't we make that a show?
No, I'm elected now.
Oh, okay.
I'm elected.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. If it was a dating show on Zeus, would be fighting, and if you fight, I don't like.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a turn on.
Although I did tell Lemmy I want to do Bobby, I Love You Per Part 2, and he did
would
say
love
he
that.
was gonna consider that.
Mm.
Make it happen, Lemmy. Do your thing, TikTok. Yeah, love at first sight. I don't know. Now, have any of you experienced love at first sight? Because I've met somebody online and then met them and then like was in lust with them,
Yeah.
and then after 30 days they moved in, and then 3 years of pure hell after, I will no longer date a Capricorn. So should we? Have you ever experienced love at first sight?
I feel like everybody has in a little way in your head, but for me and Max, it was just on Hinge. But he did come up as like the most compatible with for me. But I don't know.
You guys met on Hinge?
Mhm.
I recently went on a Hinge date.
Oh yeah, you were. Hinge is cute.
Okay, can I confess about my Hinge dates?
Yeah.
I've had 2 Hinge dates, by the way. I am unhinged. Do not get unhinged. It is what it is, right? And it's only because I want to meet people, and we're all there looking for the same thing. I don't do hookups and all that. So I was in Miami, and I met 2 Hinge people. I hinged with 2 people online that I thought were good looking. So were you there with me?
No.
Oh, Sean was there with me. So I invited them both to meet me at a club at the same time. Because I just want to get straight to it. Like, because I could really much, like, at a first sight, I can tell if I don't want to be around you.
So they were
Because the level of non-drama that I'm at right now in my personal life, like, if there's any drama, I can't. Even my friends, like, everybody around me right now is great, right? So we're there, and they walk in, and I'm talking to this one, and we're having a great call. But they just know we're just, like, hanging out as friends, right? They don't know that they didn't know that they were both coming. Then I'm talking to this one, and I'm like, okay, both are pretty decent. Mm-hmm. This one's not as attractive as the photos, because there is that. Mm-hmm. I was hinged.
Mm-hmm. Hinge fished.
Just put their best photo forward. Everybody does it.
The lensa be lensing.
Right. Then this one was very like upbeat and happy. And I had been on a yacht, and I was tired by the time I got there. So the energy was just overwhelming, but I was okay with that. But right as we were all hanging out, the person says, "Do you want to go dance?" And I go, "Nah, I don't do that." And he goes, ugh. I walked out. I said goodnight, and I left them both there. And I just left. Because that right there was the moment that I know, what if I have to go to work or do something, and then that's the attitude? I can't deal with that. I won't deal with that. The next Hinge date, I invited somebody out to hang out. We were all out at a club. It was a group of us. And when they walked in, they did not look like their pictures. And so I ignored them the whole night and they just left. Because I would
you just Irish exit these first dates?
No,
You didn't
no,
even say
they
like, no,
just
thank
walked
you?
out. No, I said goodbye and all that, but this one just left because I just refused to talk to them.
Were you at dinner or like a
We
club?
were at a club.
Okay.
But the thing is that I didn't recognize the person that showed up.
I hate that.
So the person that I connected with did not show up.
Right.
So I didn't talk to a stranger.
You were talking to AI.
I was talking to something that went through a filter.
Yes.
You know?
Facetuned.
Damn.
No, not just Facetune. Because when they went to go get a drink, I was able to see the back tune.
So they like cinched their waist.
The whole body tune was wrong. Anyway, I tuned out, and it's not being rude because I didn't say anything bad. I just didn't. I can't talk to a
you
person
were
I didn't
over
know. This is you're not who was. You're trying to trick me. You know?
Well, maybe you should go on a Love Is Blind. I was gonna bring that up because I feel like that's why that type of show exists.
No, I don't have the time. I'm running the city now. But I will say I do
Just
want to
vice
go on
mayor.
the.
You should get a blind
I
date.
do want to go on the pop balloon show.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to be a balloon popper or the person that they
I
pop
want
balloons for?
the person that they pop the balloons for.
Because
Would that be epic?
yes.
First of all,
I'm
as soon
gonna
as I
reach out
walk
to-
in and they pop the balloon, you're getting cussed
Yeah,
out.
that's what I'm saying. I
immediately.
want to see your
First of all, everything about those dust bunnies at the bottom of your shoes tell me that you shouldn't even be allowed to have a balloon.
You're gonna read them down.
You must have
That's the
huffed a
problem.
balloon to
Correct.
get that balloon. Yeah.
Oh,
Should I
God.
do a balloon show?
Yeah, but I think you should do a blind date show because I feel like you go for looks first.
Okay. Excuse me?
Everyone
Wait,
does.
there's laughter all around. Excuse me? I go by looks first? Well,
Who
first of
doesn't?
Me, I dated some bogus looking people because they were nice.
And you had sex
I
with them?
dated out. I told, huh? Yeah, I was.
Wait, so
I think that
I got to be at least
have you
attractive.
ever seen me with an unattractive person?
that's what I'm saying. Maybe you're meant to be with a not
No.
supermodel looking person.
No, all my people aren't
Maybe.
supermodels.
Well, no, they're cute.
Yeah.
Even when they're like rugged looking, I'm like, ooh, yeah, they're cute.
Got to watch this one.
Yeah, because women now want to sleep with bisexual men too. She says she's not one of those, but there are people these girls nowadays they're down with bisexual men.
Yeah.
Not I, but
And that's why. Well, let me say this: those women will have a man for the rest of their life.
may that love
Now-
never find me.
Now, I don't know that the fireworks can lead to like a long-lasting marriage. And experts claim that it is possible to have a lasting marriage after experiencing love at first sight, but unfortunately, the odds are against it. Now, experts are claiming lasting marriages go through tons of challenges and tons of changes in physical and sexual relationships, so that initial level of passion will be impossible to sustain. I mean, listen. Let's just keep it real. If you're dating a man that doesn't take his testosterone shots regularly like me, or get his NADs through stem cell, his penis is probably not going to work all the time the way that it was when you first got together at some point, right? I don't have that issue because I take a lot of preventative measures. But if you get into a relationship with somebody and the penis stops working, that's a problem.
Your honey pack.
But honey pack,
Or a BBL.
but honey packs don't fix everything. Like if you have degenerative dick failure, it's done, right? I don't know.
There's no pill for that?
Listen, I don't know. Don't have those problems. But what I will say is that relationships do go through changes. But again, when I try to think of a typical family or a person or typical relationship, if you live in a 1-bedroom apartment, you don't have another bedroom to send that person to.
Correct.
So I've been like trying to evolve in this idea that, okay, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and we can spend some days together in bed, there are days you want to lay in your bed alone,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Do you ever send your man out to sleep on the couch or something?
Yeah,
Max
separate rooms.
usually sleeps on the couch
Really?
because I just fall asleep on the. Yeah, I like to be out.
Okay, but see but it's not like a mandatory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
But
like,
I prefer that because I'm like,
I would be okay with like, you go sleep in that room, I'll sleep in this
Yeah.
room, and then days we want to sleep together, we can. Or
Yes.
cuddle and watch a movie before it's time. See, you want to smother somebody, but that's why you're single. For real. Like you over there looking like, oh my God.
No,
Like, don't nobody want to sleep in
Because I
bed.
don't want it to be like 3 days a week we're sleeping in separate rooms and then the other 4. No.
so how often you want to have sex every day?
Yes.
No, but you can still have sex daily, but not lay in the same bed and go to sleep at night together. Let me give you an example. One of my exes used to be really hot when they sleep. Like their body turned into something.
Overheating.
And I'm a person that it has to be cold when I sleep.
Yeah.
If it's hot if you just touch me, if I feel a perimeter of hotness, you're getting kicked out of bed.
See, that's why they have the new thing, and I think it's supposed to be
Where you
saving
wrap them in a
relationships.
cocoon of cold?
No, you you have separate duvet covers. Like each person in the bed has their own separate blanket.
Why do you need that person laying there every single day?
Because you like the companionship.
You like that
No,
morning breath the next day?
wait. You're sleeping.
Yeah, but I want to, wake up and you're there.
But what if they don't want you to touch them when they're there?
Then they can sleep in their separate blanket.
They can sleep in their separate bed. Okay. So I was watching an old episode of I Love Lucy yesterday, and they had their own beds. They're
smart.
in their room together, but
We're
they
not
had their
going
own
back to that.
beds.
Like little twin beds.
And that's why they lived together until they died. You know?
They also just didn't believe in divorce, but
Well, maybe you gays should stop believing in it too.
Do you guys really think gay love is harder than straight love? Because I feel like it's all hard.
Yes.
I think relationships are just
I mean,
hard.
Yeah.
relationships are complicated in general, but well, the trans are out here messing it up for y'all.
You know what?
Well, they're messing it up
And
for
y'all.
themselves.
For them. No, the women are.
Yeah.
Why? Ooh, the comments. Right
I mean,
now.
listen.
The comments. I can feel when the comments shift.
I know the comments are going
Wait,
to come.
let's reset it because I want you guys to attack him properly.
Yeah, attacking properly.
Wait, so the women are messing it up. Biological cis women are messing it up for themselves with their men's with the trans women.
No, I didn't say with
That's what you
trans
said.
women.
Don't backtrack.
No, I was saying that a lot of people make demands, or they have they draw lines in the sand of things they won't do, specifically like sexually. Sometimes I think a lot of times when you get in a relationship, you're in it for a long time, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to give blowjobs anymore, or I don't want to go down on her anymore. Like those are the kinds of things when that dissipates in a relationship, that's when people are like,
And
well,
then the trans girls are like the Hoover throats of it all, right? Stand on Santa Monica and Highland waiting for you. No, but I mean, again, no disrespect. It's just a transition. Yeah, I think that people cis women need to understand now that there was an era and a generation where your men were vegan. And now they like a little meat on the side.
Like wiener?
Now they like a little meat on the side. I know some straight men. Well, anyway, I'm elected. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
I want to believe at love at first sight. If you want to date me seriously, or you know somebody that should date me, and please, none of you get it right. You always send me some computer tech with like a Miley Cyrus fanny pack or something. I don't want none of that.
Why don't you let each of us pick a guy that we think will be good for you?
Because you
and
will
then
never
have,
get it
like,
right.
top?
You will never get it right.
But it'll be blind dating.
Blind what?
Like you
I won't
can hear them,
go.
but you
I
can't
won't
see
go
them.
anywhere. No,
Oh.
of course not. Why?
Because that's how you find true
First
love.
of all, I can hear what ugly sound like.
and that's what she already pictured.
That's what you would think.
As soon as I put that mask on, they be like, "Hey, no, no, missing tooth, no." I can smell it and see it. Mm-hmm. First thing I'm gonna do is hug them. If I can't wrap my arms around them, well, nope. Sorry.
Oh God.
I got a doctor to
cannot.
refer you to. I ran for office. You better go run on that trip. Anyway, no, don't know that I believe in love at first sight. And to all the gays out there, please stop jumping in relationships so quickly. I know that we're all lonely and, Mariah Carey only comes around once a year, but no, please stop. Get a dog. My dogs keep me great company. We hang out. Last night I laid there and watched movies with them. They don't talk back. They don't argue. They're happy when you feed them. They're thankful for everything. They just want you to pet them. I'm a physical touch guy. It's just when it comes down to the honey pack, can't really do that because I ain't into that.
Or unless you're sleeping, no physical touch.
I'm okay with being touched when I'm asleep, but that one person I dated that said he touched me inappropriately and made me think I had been raped.
What? You thought you were raped?
No.
First of all, we're going to stop smiling and laughing. He knows because I told him the story.
Yes.
Somebody tried to go do an interview talking about they did something to me that they didn't.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Right? And I said that if you did that to me, I'm a victim of sex assault and I need to report it and I need to share with my audience because they have been with me through every abusive moment of my life.
I forgot.
And that person retracted their statement of what they thought they did to me. Because here's the deal. We're big old freaks. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? If whatever we do, we're grown and consenting adults, we should be able to do it, elected or not. If Trump's a freak, a convicted freak, okay? So live in your truth. But I don't think you should take advantage of people And that wasn't a love at first sight thing. That was a plotation of a love.
God.
All right. Anyway, if you believe that you can love at first sight or that love at first sight is a good thing, please go to all our social media, Hollywood Unlocked or YouTube, and come to my personal social media and say it. Now, if you are a dating type, you do have to be fine. I'm sorry. One of my prerequisites, you do have to be fine. I want, because can you imagine you got to sit up and look at a barracuda every day?
You're not a barracuda. Why they gotta be a barracuda?
Rob, please tell the story. Okay, Rob has a very specific type where at the time he did. Now he's kind of into my community too, but because he used to be dead set against dating anything of color.
That is not true.
Oh, actually, you did.
Not true.
You did date 2 people of color, and they were both psychopaths. Tell them the story of when I was living with you and I tried to hook you up with somebody.
Oh my God. Well, he ran into a
Don't give it away. Lead up to it. I called you. I told
Produce
you.
it, Rob.
Yeah, produce it.
Well, he had let me know that he had bumped into someone, ran into someone while he was out. And he thought that they were my type, and he brought them back to my place, and they were there. So when I got home, I could meet them.
He let them.
Wait, no. So I went to 7-Eleven. I went to 7-Eleven and there was somebody sitting there who looked like Rob's type. But you know how you go out and you see somebody that, you know, they have potential. They just need a little zhuzhing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, they just need a little zhuzhing. And Rob's at work, so let me zhuzh him up for him. You know what I mean? Because I want my friend to have love. So I told the person who was sitting down to come with me, and I was going to take him to my friend's house and meet him. Well, he was sitting in a pile of oil because he was homeless. But
so no wonder he was so willing to go to the house.
He immediately.
And bathed him.
He didn't stink?
I did not bathe him. I gave him a towel.
My white towels.
And I let him go take a bath in your shower. And he was fully clean. The towel was fully black. Yeah. Because he was sitting in oil. He was dirty, you know. But once he cleaned himself off, he had blonde hair, blue eyes. Literally, he was he was a model.
Wait,
type.
Is that the guy that we saw outside?
You've never seen him, no. Oh. Because Rob immediately sent him back to the streets.
No, he was gone when I got back to the place.
You met him?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Then what happened? I just gave him a bath and let him leave?
Yes.
Or did I call you and tell you he was there? Did you tell me to kick him out?
No, you told me. I guess I had taken too long to leave work.
Well, he was perfect for you. But isn't your friend supposed to look out for you like that? Yeah.
But we're gonna look out for you and get you love.
Because technically,
somebody sitting in oil.
No, hold on. Because I saw a post the other day where they saw some man stand in the middle of the street and he was golden hair. Do you see what I'm talking about? He was gorgeous, huh? He's somebody that I would, if I was you and it was me, I would have took somewhere, cleaned him up, and dropped him off. I wouldn't have known. Well, you'll know when it's time to eat.
Well, sometimes
and let's be very clear. Everybody, and I know we joke a lot on this show, so you kind of got to listen to the show in its entirety without like sound bites. Because if you watch this show in sound
bites, this is reckless.
If you watch this show in sound bites, I literally went and picked a homeless man off the street for no reason, but I did do that. There are people right now who just got out of prison today that are homeless. They don't have a home, right? If you were living with your mom or living with your dad or living with your cousin or hanging out with your friend because you ain't got no place to live, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're probably realizing this for the first time. You're homeless, right? And so if I go to Marina's house for dinner and Marina's and Max's friend from FedEx, who's just trying to get on his feet. I'm just saying he's from FedEx. He's trying to get on his feet. He works at FedEx by day, but he's sleeping on their couch at night because he ain't got nowhere to go. And I look at him in love at first sight, want him to come home. I just took home a homeless man.
Yeah.
But yours just happened to be under layers of oil with no shoes either, I don't think.
Which means that there's a level of mental health that has already been passed. So I just don't know if that was going to work.
Well, I met somebody that wasn't homeless that I thought was a good person, and he tried to steal all your underwear, remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sure did.
Tell her how you found out that he stole your underwear.
Well, it has skid marks in it?
No, I came home from work, and he had his pants sagging, and he had on my underwear. And I was like, wait, are those my underwear? And he's like, oh, yeah, Jason said I can borrow some. And then they were going, I was like, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna start anything right now. But I was like, if he has my underwear on, I wonder what else he has. Like, because he obviously went through my stuff. So they all left to go to the club, and I was like, let me check his bags. He had like my whole closet in his bag, and he said he was going to wash my clothes.
So
Why would you wash my clean clothes?
So you got robbed.
Well, because
I
he didn't
didn't.
want to wear your clothes with you on it. He wanted them to be clean.
Oh my god.
Let's just say me and Rob have been through some things. All right.
Jesus.
Goodbye. Now, yes and no to this next question. Can you be friends with your ex? The last time I saw Nick Cannon actually was on stage at Wild 'N Out in Detroit, but before that, I ran into him a couple days before at the Mariah Carey concert, the one I was at with Rihanna. He was there backstage with Sam Smith. They weren't together. Just meaning I ran into them both backstage as we were leaving. So Nick Cannon, we all know, was with Mariah Carey and has twins, Morocco and Moreau. Very talented young kids, and both of them superstars and have their own money and they're all right. Well, anyway, my question is it possible to remain friends with someone who you once seriously dated or were married to? We've seen tons of celebrities be able to remain amicable after a split, while others get embroiled in nasty, nasty divorces and custody battles. However, to most, these couples have successfully split and remain close friends. Let me show you a couple just so we know who we're talking about. Nick and Mariah, J-Lo and Mark Anthony, and Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose. Now, if you are able to remain cool with your ex, could you have the same grace with your current partner? Let's talk about it. I am best friends to this day with the first person I was in a relationship with, the first guy, and we've been friends for 29 years. It's a long time. Best friends, right? So yes. But there's like no physical attraction. There's no desire to be in his world like that intimately. It's not even a thought in our mind. And he's married and I'm single. So yes, but we shared a lot of really important moments. My brother passing, all the different things or stuff. So we have a certain relationship. But I just unfollowed my other ex because there's no need to still be in their world like that. Although we're cool, there's no beef. It's just that we don't need to be in each other's social circles. So I think maturity is if you love somebody, I think, and it just doesn't work out unless there's abuse or neglect or something really painful, you move on and you stay cool. I think I could be cool. If there's kids involved, you absolutely should be able to co-partner and co-parent. But I don't think it should be a prerequisite when we get together that if it doesn't work out, we stay friends. And I'll just end on this one. I was recently talking to somebody. And we had an open thing where it's like, we're having a good time. We're just chilling and vibing. You know, when we get together, it's really spicy. But when we're not, it's whatever you're doing is what you're doing. Well, I was gone for a couple of weeks. And they told me when I came back that they had gotten into a relationship. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you do. And I said, oh.
After 2 weeks?
Oh, I do know.
After 2 weeks.
I do know.
Have you seen their person?
No.
Okay. So I said, oh, congrats. I'm so happy for you. Love is amazing. I hope that it works out.
Right.
And like, good luck. And I was really happy for them. And they go, Can we stay in touch? Because we shared some good moments and some good times and, it was spicy. And I said, no, because that's not what we signed up for. I don't want an extra hello. How are you? An extra, what are you doing? An extra birthday, an extra person at brunch. No, I don't know. And they were okay with it and they accepted it. And now we don't talk.
But how long did you know them for?
Known them for a while, but only been involved with them for a short period of time. But even then, it's sort of like, whether it was a year, a month, or 2 years, once it's over, think about it. That's a person that you have to include and think about and call and relationships.
Engage with.
Relationships require time and support and effort. And I just don't have the time, support, and effort to give something that doesn't have a real purpose, a staying purpose. What do you think? I mean, am I wrong?
No. I think it's a case by case situation. I'm cordial with most of the people who I've dated. That I've had long-term dating relationships with. The long-term, committed relationships. I think one of my ex-girlfriends, we still talk regularly. But other than that, I don't often keep in touch with them. But I think that's because we've just moved on to different places in life, and it's been a massive amount of time between those relationships. But for the most part, I'm cordial with people, unless it was a really crazy breakup, like some of the crazy people you knew. Those, I don't have the energy or time to have that kind of negativity in my space, so I wouldn't. But yeah, if we end it cordially and you're cool,
See,
can
I
have an
don't
amicable
think
relationship.
so. I don't think you should be friends. Even if you can be friends, like how you're friends with your first person, I feel like somebody is always, maybe they feel like 51%, like a little bit more than a friend. Like there's always going to be somebody that like has that, I feel like, in their head, especially if you ended cool. So I just feel like I don't need like an extra pen pal. I need an extra friend. I unfollowed everybody. If I seen you naked and I'm not with you now, bye.
Oh,
Swear to
Well,
God.
If I unfollow everybody that I've seen naked, I wouldn't have any followers. No, but think about this, right? Like me and my best friend are literally best friends. There's not a percentage of us that wants to rekindle anything or, whatever. Here's the other thing I will say. If I do date you and you're threatened by that relationship, it ain't gonna work. Like you got to be confident, you got to be confident. I think there's so many insecure people that are dealing with their own trauma or that aren't dealing with their trauma that affect or impact other relationships, that if you don't come to me with the capability of accepting and embracing everybody that's in my life, I mean, I absolutely want your feedback if you see something I don't see, because people do see through things through different lenses. If I'm dating somebody and they go, hey man, that person right there is not really moving right. Have you noticed this? I'll listen to that. But if you come in and you say, yo, Rob, why is he always around? You should be, or Cal, now you're trying to isolate me. Because people do that to try to control, and there's no controlling. There's no controlling this. This is uncontrollable.
Correct.
Right?
But I think the other thing with these too is they are co-parenting. So like there has to be a level of like we just talked about like Halle Bailey and DDG too. Like there has to be a level of I would hope there's a level of like connection that you keep at least for 18 years when you got kids involved, So it's different.
I know, like, I don't know all those women up there. I know I've met Mariah. I'm not gonna act like we're friends, but I met Mariah. But I know Nick, and I know he's a great guy and a great dad, and he's very super respectful. He's not sloppy. I mean, his pull-out game is clearly weak.
Horrible.
Non-existent.
When I saw Nick in Detroit, I had to think, you got 12 kids. How many times did you have to put that thing in all those people? Because you don't get pregnant the first time.
No.
You
got at least triple that.
Where do you get all that stamina? Okay, Jeez. Well, anyway, but then I know Amber Rose, and I know like how she's the perfect mom in terms of like loving her kids, right? So I'm assuming Wiz loves that she's so good to his kids, right?
And AE too.
And she doesn't bash her baby dads in front of her kids and all that. So okay, well, for instance, if your spouse did this to you, how would you reply? Take a look. Bae, I got to stay at my ex house tonight. My car not starting. This was clearly a meme before Uber.
Yeah, obviously.
And are we staying in the same city? Because then you could Uber to my house.
Correct.
I don't have this problem because I don't stay at people's houses, so I wouldn't stay at Cal's house. In fact, I've only been to his house one time in Brooklyn, and I won't go back because I don't really go to Brooklyn like that. If you're with me and you say, I'm going to stay at my ex's house, you have a new ex.
Correct.
Right?
Count me as one of them. Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Would you let that happen?
No, like you can get a hotel, you could Uber.
Who said something like that?
Yeah, that's just reckless.
An ex. Goodbye. Well, speaking of exes, this one right here, a woman slams a date who won't pay. Why they choose that couple? That's a stock photo for sure. You don't know what's going on. They could be talking about parking. Well, if a woman goes out on a date with a man for the first time, should he be expected to pay for the meal? I had somebody pay for my meal the other day, and I ain't gonna lie, I almost cried. Because it's easier for me to just pay and go. Does a woman believe that a man should pay the first time they go on a date?
I always offer to even at least split.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But do you expect him to pay? Like you expect him to be like, no, I got it.
I'm not going to I expect a little tussle. Like I expect a little, no, let me pay. Because if you're not budging at all, like if you're just sitting there and like I'm paying for it, then like that's
a sign that that's a sign your kid's gonna have silver caps in their mouth and you ain't gonna have no healthy food options. Well, I mean, I don't know. When you go on a date, oh my God.
Right. No, to this topic specifically.
Don't you hate when straight people go, who's the man and woman?
Yeah.
We both men. in that instance, who pays?
I think it can be the person who initiated the date.
So
But-
whoever asked for it.
Yeah. But then I would always still be like, no, I'll go
Yeah.
half on it. Like I'll pay half.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like a lot more women now also feel like they can take care of themselves, so they're willing to split bills. But I know there's a big segment of women though who are like, no, like they need. I expect the man to pay.
And let's be clear, we're speaking about women in LA because there's a lot of women out there in Kentucky who are watching the show, or wherever, Mississippi, wherever y'all from, that, you know, you have your values and they are what they are and we respect them. But I think a lot of the women in LA, a lot of you want a man to pay your rent on the first date. Let's get into it, because there's a lot of myths in the room.
Like
Y'all don't want,
that.
no, but there's a lot of women in LA.
Yep.
Y'all want a man to pay your rent. You want a man to take your kid on Broadway. You want to go to the Grove and go to a grocery, to go on a shopping spree. And the reality is there's nothing weaker than a woman or a man that needs another person to do everything for them. Now let me be very clear. I can meet somebody and want to be their world, because I do get a kick out of being somebody's world, like doing things for them and being very generous and all that. But like, if it's a built-in expectation, now we got a problem.
No, one of my male friends posted on his story. It was like a first or a second date, and the girl was like, "Okay, if I'm gonna date you, I need blah blah blah, X amount of money for my hair, X amount of money for my nails. I need this money for my outfit for the date." And he was like, "Why would I pay that?" And she's like, "Because I'm dating you. Do you want to be seen with me? You got to pay." That's weird, girl.
Crazy.
That's very weird.
Well, a woman went viral after calling out her date for refusing to pay her meal. Look.
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Pay for the goddamn food. Pay for the damn food. Pay for the damn food. What would y'all do if a nigga invited you out and they couldn't pay for the food? Give me 1 second. And you not gonna pay? What you mean? What the fuck is going on? He invited me out. You invited me out and you can't pay? What you mean?
Crazy, y'all. That's crazy, y'all.
Call your ass because you broke and you ain't got no money.
She crazy. She crazy, y'all.
He invited me out and he can't fucking pay.
She crazy, y'all. She crazy.
What the fuck do you mean?
So many reactions. First of all those wigs in that shop look dry.
They need Kaylin's link.
They need Kaylin's link to her TikTok shop to go get that Lil Kim bob right. That's number one. Second of all, two things that terrify me happened in that clip. One, the filming and going live of a private moment. Everybody knows me that if you pull out a phone around me, not my friends, because my friends, they respect my privacy, but like if you pull out a phone around me and you're live and you're doing all this and that, I am very uncomfortable with that, because people do it for the sake of embarrassing and humiliating me, which is what that lady did. Then on top of that, you humiliated yourself. I'm third party embarrassed for you, because nobody around you knew that you couldn't afford to eat at whatever that establishment was. It looked like a hookah joint with maybe hot dogs or something. You shouldn't leave your house with your ability to pay for shit in case shit happens. You get in a car, a person puts you out, you need to be able to pay an Uber home. You know, you go out, somebody puts drug in your drink, and now you need to go to the hospital. You need to be able to call 911 on your phone about get yourself there. You know, you got to always think about what ifs happen. At least I do, because I'm what is it called? Risk prone, or what is that called, where it's like risk adverse?
Yeah.
Right? I'm risk adverse. Like I'm always thinking about risk. You had your Tomb Raider braids on probably a little too tight that made you just go real bananas. And the fact that you were going from person to person, table to table, explaining that your man couldn't get your meal, and then you hit him on the way out. He could have turned around and backhanded you all the way back to Kojic, the Kojic chairs where people feel the Holy Ghost. You know, it's one of those things where like, oh, and then the last thing, anybody who behaves that way, I would have just paid for that meal as a consolation prize and got the hell out of there, right?
Right.
Did she overreact?
For a first date too, I'm like, I'm just gonna clock it, and you can be agitated, but that's it. Like, that's a lot.
And we don't know why he didn't want to pay.
I'm guessing it's because of that. Like,
Right.
But that
I'm
also,
sure the rest of the dinner went like that.
it just gave like too many mimosas at brunch. It just gave that.
She wasn't giving drunk slurring. She was giving, that's who she is.
That's
was
her
giving-
personality.
Yeah. That was, and you know what? We all have a cousin. I'm thinking of my cousin right now. You know Tasha be hating.
There is only one.
Actually, I have more than one. But I was thinking, like,
There's only one though.
I don't think Tasha would behave that way with her man just in general. But if Tasha went on a date and you didn't pay for her meal,
Yeah.
Tasha's definitely doing that. But the
She's
wig
not
will be
going.
much better.
Correct.
Yeah.
But does that count as dinner? They were at a hookah lounge with plastic bowls with dry salad in them, and
First of all, the salad was
Laminated
almost
menus.
as dry as that yellow wig that was in the video.
I would have loved to just been next door though and just been like judging.
Stop
was a lot.
showing the wigs. Take it off.
Johnny, what?
Now, another video went viral of a man splitting the bill with a woman. He asked out because he didn't eat an appetizer that she ordered. Look.
Tinder date was not that she had to split the bill.
Well, what'd you say?
Why are we splitting the bill?
Well, I mean, it's our first date, so I thought we should maybe go half.
I can't believe you made us split the bill.
I mean, you ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. Why do you think that I should
Okay,
pay
but
for it?
you asked me out.
I know, but you ordered something
You
that I did.
asked me out.
All right, I'll just take you home and. All right, see ya. Hello? Hello? See ya.
Bye.
First of all, you're a complete asshole for filming that. Let's start with that. And for telling her see you when you knew you weren't gonna see her again. And like you're the reason why douche men like you are single. Not to mention that angle showed a couple extra chins you probably didn't even want us to see. And by the looks of you, you weren't something that should have been fed anything but grass from the beginning of the date. I'm mad that she had to be subjected to that. Thankfully, we didn't get to see her because that would be humiliating for her. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. If you're a man asking a woman out, maybe you should just show a little chivalry and pay for the date. It doesn't look like none of you are going to expensive restaurants. That didn't even look like Outback, you know? Outback got that good warm brown bread with the butter. Oh my God.
yeah, I'm over people recording everything for social
Why?
media. Like,
Why
it's
do
too
they
much.
do that?
Yeah, like just
Yeah,
have
and
a
you're
date
the
moment.
anti that. You don't even know that you've been posted on social media at
No.
times. But why are people so? I'm a social media influencer by the standards set by the society, and I'm not posting every single
No.
thing.
You're posted. You're not posting.
Do your thing, TikTok, right? I mean, like, because even like when Marina will hang out with me, sometimes you know, filming things behind the scenes, your shit be more lit than mine. I'm like, well, why do I pay her if she don't send me the shit for my shit? Like, I want my shit to lit because my life is lit.
I'll send
It's
it.
lit.
Yeah. Very.
But I don't think.
But-
let me record me getting in
Yeah.
Rihanna's car, waiting for her to come down. Hey, girl. Hey.
No,
Yeah.
somebody
Like,
else has to do it for you. I feel like if it's your POV, it looks weird.
It is just too. It feels weird,
Yeah, it
even
feels
when it's
weird.
not my. How many
Yeah.
times do I say stop filming me?
Yeah.
But just keep filming me. All right. Anyway, bye. Now, we know that this is not happening in the Cannon's world, but should women carry condoms? I don't know. Do they? Well, safe sex is the best sex, right? Even if you're on Aptitude.
What is that?
It's a new shot that I'm on.
Oh.
A tweet on X had social users debating whether or not it's weird for women to carry condoms or if men should be expected to do so. Let me show you what they said on X. As a girl, do y'all think this is weird? I don't think it's weird for women to carry condoms in their wallet. As a man, why aren't you carrying one of yours? I think girls should do this more, actually. Lots of women have latex allergies, and y'all niggas love latex, so y'all don't carry skin or lambskin condoms. Lots of women have some on deck. I don't know why that's weird. My boo, that's not my boo, told me it's weird, and now he don't trust me. Not at all, because men try to be weird when it comes to condoms. All women should carry their own. If they think you have a condom is hoish, don't fuck him. He got a dirty dick. Lots of truth in those tweets. I mean, yes, you should have them. I did want to point out that condom in her purse was a Magnum, which means she needs her walls beaten down by a magic stick.
Period.
But yeah, I think that everybody who's practicing safe sex or wants to practice safe sex should have it. Now, let me ask you, because you don't know about PrEP. You're not on PrEP.
Here we go. Oh.
No. I used to religiously believe in wearing condoms,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stopped wearing them recklessly. And then I got tested and was negative and have been negative and on PrEP. Those of you that don't know what PrEP is, it's a drug that allows you to prevent catching HIV, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be HIV negative to take it. And then once you start taking it, you have to be consistent. So I was on the pill where you take one pill a day, and then you can just have wild sex and be okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't miss a pill.
Correct.
You can't miss a pill. If
It's
you
like
miss
birth
it,
control. If you
yes.
miss a pill, you'll
well, but you're gonna spit a baby out in 9 months. Us, okay.
eat.
But now there's this new shot called Apertute that he put me on to that I'm trying. So if I catch anything, it's because he had me deviate from my
because you
program.
didn't get your shot in time, not me.
Well, I'm getting my shot. It's being delivered. But then you can have unprotected sex. But once you get on PrEP, I won't lie.
You just feel reckless. On
It
demon
ain't about
time?
feeling reckless. You just, I mean, there's condoms at the house,
Yeah.
but you ain't using them,
'Cause
right?
Who
Yeah.
likes to use one?
And you also have DoxyPrep too.
Well, I'm not on DoxyPrep. That's if you catch DoxyPrep. Tell people what DoxyPrep
Well,
is.
that
'cause
you take that within 72 hours of any kind of physical
Like a
contact,
plan
and but you won't catch gonorrhea or chlamydia.
or HIV.
No, it's just that one is specific to gonorrhea and chlamydia. But
So you have to take your PrEP and your DoxyPrep.
Yeah.
So you have to DoxyPrep prep.
yeah,
But there's no shot for the doxy prep
it's the you pop the little pill.
every day.
Yeah, but
No,
here's,
just within 72
and that's
hours,
after
yeah.
you have sex?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, if after 48 hours you feel a tingling sensation, you go to your doctor. By the way, Rob and I went to a bar just the other day because I'm on vacation. Ran into our doctor at the bar.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys always stay running into
No, but you don't want to run into your doctor that does your HIV test at the bar.
where you like.
Why are you laughing?
Because it was just kind of, it was like, hey,
I go, is that our doctor? And he goes, yeah. But did you notice something? He talks like this when he talks to you. He didn't talk like that at the bar.
no, he didn't. He was using his normal tone.
What was that about?
I don't know. I guess he has an inside voice when he's
His
in-
It's a
inside voice
corporate
is
voice.
very inside. He whispers like talks like the doctors.
It's like ASMR.
You be like, huh? Like, if you come in to read my results, you better come in with some bass in your voice. If you come in going, I got your results, I'm gonna start crying. I'm crying like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Anyway, should women bring condoms?
I have never brought condoms around, but I think it's smart because I feel like a lot of guys try to trick you because a lot of guys try to raw dog you because it feels better. Allegedly, I don't have a dick.
I think that's wrong. I think anybody that raw dogs somebody without telling them should be almost criminal,
That's
right?
rape.
Because yeah,
that
is it?
has
Is it?
happened to me a
Yeah.
lot when I was dating, and guys just assume like they don't even say like, oh, I have a condom. So I think that's smart.
Yeah, I think it's smart too. I think
Very.
you should be in charge of your own protection. So, like, if you think you
Correct.
might do something, make sure you're
Depend.
prepared and have a
You know
conversation.
how you see movies? This came to mind. When you see movies when people are having sex and the sex is really good, but then they're like, stop, stop, stop. But they keep going because it's like so good. That's rape. By
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
stand-
because they're telling you
He's saying
stop,
stop.
and you're not stop. No means no. Stop means
the
stop.
minute you say stop and I stop, you got to go and don't come back. Like, that's it.
You're like, oh, we're done.
And that applies if that's your partner too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do partners think? People don't think that way.
Mm-mm.
Be responsible, whatever you do. Like okay, let me go through a couple things. Please have sex with people who are adults. Please have sex with people who want you to have sex with them. Please stop when you're asked to stop. And please, if you're asked to not stop, wear a condom if they want you to. And if you don't, get Aperture.
Yes.
And throw away your cum sock.
You have signed an NDA. All right. Have sex responsibly. Well, speaking of sex, is sex expected if you have been flued out? Listen, I want to be very clear. We're going to tread lightly because the diddler is still on ice, okay? If we are let me set the story up because I already want to answer the question based on my own experiences.
I know.
If you get flued out by somebody, like say Rob flies you out, right? Or flies you in, is sex expected during the trip? Now, when you think about getting flued out, not only do you first think about shopping sprees and private jets, etc., or whatever, you also think about the pleasure principle. Because in most cases, it's automatically assumed that if you're getting flued out, your back is getting blown out. Now, Sukiana commented on women being flued out and expected to smash. Look, do y'all feel like if a man flies you out, that means y'all gotta fuck? Be honest. She said, yep. Stay your bald-headed ass at home if you don't want to. It's simple. Chill with your baby daddy at y'all house if it's a problem. That's a mess at y'all house if y'all still live together. Let me say this. If I have talked to you on the phone and our conversation now encompasses me flying you out, I am not a travel agency. I am a man who cannot get to multiple states all at once. If I fly you out, you pretty much understand, and we've not even just pretty much understood, we've talked about it, right? Mm-hmm. What I have found is some people will fly out under that understanding, get there to only want to hang out and do all those things. And that's still their right. And then you can't do anything. But then they should be expected to be flued home and left at home, right? Because I think that just communication and honesty is important. Now, the other thing I'm learning with sex trafficking in the Diddler case is that if you fly somebody out with the expectation that they have sex with other people or you force them into sexual situations, that is the sex trafficking, correct? And if they're underage, right? Okay. Because I had to call my attorney and say, hold on, there was a couple flights that I bought. But they were all people who wanted consented or whatever. And we definitely had sex. So my question is, if somebody's getting flown out and flown out under the auspices of what we're talking about, shouldn't they expect that it's going down?
Yeah, I think in most go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's like a currency. You should pay to play.
An investment?
And play to pay.
Like
huh?
pay your
Yeah,
own
it's
way.
an investment. Because especially if you're talking already, you probably talked about doing some things. So just pop, bust it open.
That's what I was gonna say. I think in most instances, well, I've had communications with people, and there's usually a conversation of like some kind of attraction, or you've had conversations about being intimate. So,
but you've never been flown out.
No.
Have you flown somebody out?
No, but I'm saying that's been a conversation like, hey, I want to come see you, whatever. But the conversation has always been a part of like a bigger conversation that included sex. So
and here's the deal. If you want to fly in to see me, pay for your own flight, get you a hotel room, come over for breakfast, hang out all day, then go to your hotel room, done.
Right.
If I fly you out and you don't say, put me in a hotel room, or I want to stay with a friend, you can fly me in, but I'll stay with a friend. We're not even setting the proper boundaries. Like you're staying in my home and you're staying in my bedroom. Like you know what I mean? It's really interesting watching everybody, online when they talk about being flown out. First of all, half of you can't even get a Spirit flight on your own, let alone be flown out. When people say to me, oh my God, he's flying somebody out, I can fly out who I want. For me, flying out is more of convenience. I'm going to be in New York, meet me in New York. I'm not going to expect you to pay $1,000 to get to New York and then all that. So come meet me in New York.
But wouldn't you feel some type of way if you flew somebody in and they were like, oh, I'm staying with my friend? Wouldn't you be like,
No. If you say to me, I want to fly in to see you, but I feel more comfortable staying with my friend. If I really want you, come on. I want you to spend time with me. It's not, and for me, when I say it's an expectation that you're having sex, if the conversation we're having on the phone is that we're going to have sex, and I'm now going to fly you out, and then you get there, and all of a sudden you want to go to the missionary and hand out food to the homeless and sit Indian style at your homegirl house because you're afraid to come stay. You played me for a free trip.
Correct.
And that does happen. People get finessed. You will find your own way home. But I will say this, and let me stop lying. I'll fly him back home because I don't want no problems. Let me fly you back home. It's just we won't talk anymore. Yeah, I don't think that you should be like, hey, I met you today. What's up? Come to LA and see me. And then there's an undiscussed sexual expectation.
Yeah, no.
I don't think you should do that.
right.
And I've flown myself to go visit someone, or someone's flown themselves to come visit me, and immediately we knew the energy was there. So we like right away there's the sexual attraction and energy there. So I think
you almost died once when that happened.
What?
I saved your life.
What? Oh yeah. You did.
When he got tied up.
No.
What? I thought you were on a swing or something.
Oh my God.
Those were two different instances.
I know too many stories.
Because he shares them all. But no. But I'm just saying, like, you can't. Even if you fly somebody out, they might get there, and you're like,
Can I tell a story?
interested.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
I flew somebody out. I had known this person for years. We had talked online as friends for years. We had established we liked each other, and whatever. In the midst of all that, I had become Jason Lee, right? So we'd never met though. We'd talked online, but you know how you can FaceTime and see people on social media and feel like you know them. Years, okay? So finally, he's like, I want to come see you. Like, I finally want to see. And this is not my house now. This is my last house. So I'm like, okay. And I think Johnny may have been at work this day. I said, okay, I'll fly you out. So I flew them out. When they got there, they were so nervous because, one, they were nervous on the plane. They were nervous being in LA, and they were nervous being in my house. So I said, I'm filming right now. We used to film at the house. I said, I'm filming right now. Go downstairs, have a drink. I'll be down after work, whatever. They went down, drank too much on an empty stomach, ran up the stairs to talk to me. I was like, I'm still filming. Go downstairs. Ran down the stairs, fell down the stairs, hit their head on the metal pole, the railing, busted their head open, blood oozing. So you talk about didn't want to have sex. I wasn't attracted anymore because I'm like, oh my God, like you're now disabled in my home. But it was one of those things where I was like, yo, like one, that's now why I have general insurance in my homes because you just never know when somebody's going to run and fall down the stairs. I learned a lot in that,
moment.
So it was a wrap then, right?
Wrapped it up like that condomless subject we just talked about. All right. Anyway, my question to you in the comments is, do you expect that when you're flown out, when you're put on that big bird in the sky, when you land, do you got to crack them eggs? Leave a comment below. All right, that's it. Just follow us. Bye. Oh, wait. That's for all y'all that got flown out in safety. Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.